These ladies look at Paul's face.
I just went off.
I wanted to get everyone excited that ladies are back, and there you go. There's 3 beautiful ladies. No, I'm all discombobulated because the missus has been out. She's got shit face, celebrating the promotion. Not really, but she's been out. I've been babysitting. I've just had to get... I've had to look at her eating cheesy chips on the sofa. I've just had to drag her in from outside with a traffic cone on her fucking head. So sorry that I'm a little bit flustered, but that was something else. That was something else. So yeah, it's a bit of a mad one. But anyway, brilliant. This is going to be class. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this. But anyways, right, we love it, don't we? We are Leeds, and we are going up, and we are champions. Anyway, boys, how are you doing, Paul?
Feeling awesome after today.
Class.
All that near heart attacks are finished now for a season, thankfully. But yeah, it was a nerve-wracking game all the way to the end, but we did it. It gave me the Sunderland feel kind of game, didn't it? Yeah. Getting that winner right at the end, like
100%. Priestley,
I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I was watching it at home, and then I had to go out and play pool, and my adrenaline were all over the place. I lost, had a few beers, watched Bradford get lucky, and then I've been to the cinema. So yeah,
what did you go watch, Al? What did you go watch?
Thunderbolts.
All right, fair enough.
It was all right.
Any good?
Yeah, it was all right.
Not as good as watching Farke ball.
No, not as good as watching a load of tweets get deleted in the last 10 minutes after we scored.
Why what got deleted?
Oh, there was so many people going, I can't believe we haven't won league. I can't believe we've bottled it against Plymouth. And then Solomon pops up, and all of a sudden all these tweets are disappearing.
Really? Yeah, please stick a like on the video. As Top Banana says, please subscribe if you're new here. I'm absolutely beside myself with just joy, and I'm just honestly that today I did a watch along. If anyone watched it, I had my boys in and out of video. It was absolutely class. I was nervous about it, and it just topped the day off really nicely. It was class, and then yeah, just I don't know about you boys, but I've done nothing but watch highlights and fan footage and everything for the last like 6 hours. I'm sure you're all the same.
I've watched none of it.
Yeah, well, you've been in cinema, but Paul, I'm sure you're all the same.
Too right, and I'm watching the Burnley match as well. I just wanted to see if I could see the point where the crowd reacted to when we scored the winning goal, but I couldn't. So
just this side.
I've seen a picture of Scott Parker walking back across the pitch with his replica championship trophy.
Does that actually happen?
Yeah, I've seen a photo of it. He had like a trophy with claret and blue ribbons on it. He's walking back across the pitch.
Why?
Looking all disappointed and dejected.
Yeah, I just want to touch on Burnley, to be fair. So there's all this thing about giving people the flowers and stuff, but you have got to take your hat off to Burnley. To get 100 points, lads, yeah, and they have to come down to goal difference. It's fair play in their book. Like they were shite for me in terms of style up till January. They did some decent business and they've run us close. And to be fair, their goal difference, won't far off ours, and their defense has been phenomenal. So fair play, Burnley. It made it exciting. It kept that jeopardy, didn't they, right till final moments, lads?
Yeah, chapters working.
You got to feel a little bit sorry for him as well. Lost 2 games all season. Equalled the clean sheet record, gone 30 games unbeaten, and still not won the league.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll give a shit.
If that were us, I'd be fuming.
I don't think they'll care. I genuinely don't think they'll care. 100 points, they go up. I mean, I don't know if you guys were saying before today, so a lot of fans were saying they weren't to ask for title. Nice cherry on top of cake and all that. I understand the sentiment to that, but when we were 1-0 down today, you can't tell me there weren't a party that were like, for fuck's sake. Like, it really, all game today, won it up until those final moments, but like, it were a hard watch that, and it was stressful. Even though I had no stress before the game, I were happy, I were chilled. It became stressful watching it, Paul.
Yeah, that's because we were so close to getting the title, and we've worked so hard all season, so it'd be ridiculous to not give it 100% to the end. But during the last half an hour, I just felt that the usual dread did it, because it just the last half hour. And the thing is as well, he was just waiting for Farke to make the subs. Like today, he's quite delayed. And he made a very unusual one. The first sub, innit, when Robert came on. I weren't expecting that.
Yeah. No.
And I think he did the rest.
Just give me 2 minutes. That's just what I've got to take care of. 2 minutes.
Honestly, this team's all over at shop. Mrs. is arsehole the side of me, and I'm just trying to keep composed. But I know no one's bothered. It is what it is today. But go on, Paul. Keep going, mate.
Yeah, but it's just like so. Like, Joe is getting to the 80th minute, and Farke still didn't bring no subs on. I was like, oh, just bring on Ramazani, man. I was like, oh, just put Piroe number 10 to get Aaronson off because he had a shocking game today. And then to bring Bamford on. But he just left it a bit late, I felt, today. But he did the job, so that's why he gets paid for it.
It's a weird one, isn't it, Paul? Because like you look at it and you're like, genuinely frustrated in that game. And all the little niggles of Farke that's worrying us about next year and all the little bits that have pissed us off all year are creeping in. And I had to keep checking myself. I was like, we've got 97 points even if we lose this. We're still promoted. This isn't going to happen. This isn't going to ruin his season for me. I ain't going to want him out. And as game goes on, I'm getting more and more annoyed. I'm constantly in fight with myself of it's all right. But at periods of that, I didn't feel all right. It was really annoying me. I mean, Ramazani getting 10 minutes.
Yeah, you were so close to winning the title, do you mean? So it'd be ridiculous to just be like, damn man, if we don't get it. Do you mean? You can see how much the players wanted it.
Yeah, no, 100%, mate. And the thing what really frustrated me in that first half was the amount of possession we had, the amount of clear-cut chances we really create, and it didn't look like it was going to happen. And then his first sub to be Voba for Byram, I was like, what is going on here? Like, come on, why are you seeing this, you know? But the quality of the players he does have at his disposal, you know, whether they start, whether they're on bench, whatever part of that squad they are in, they always come good. I mean, Solomon, mate, is just unplayable at this level, Paul.
Unbelievable. And you can tell by the subs he was doing, he was just trying to get more Farke, when he, like, do you know, in the first half with Nonto, he's frustrated me because every time Bogle wanted him to go for the run, pass up the wing, he weren't running. And then he was holding it back. He was either passed it back or you'd kick the ball into open space and Nonto's nowhere near it.
Yeah.
But then Nonto got a goal and an assist, so
yeah, he did.
It's one of those things, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And then when Ramazani came on, didn't really hear his name get mentioned to me. He didn't really get the ball much. So
no, he didn't. Just that total fight and that will to go to the end. It's. I mean, I don't know the stat. I should have done my homework, but you know me, I don't do that. But like the amount of points we've won in the 90+ minutes this season.
I know.
It's massive. The go to the end, and it's such an important, massive quality of any side. You know, I remember when Scum used to call it Fergie time, and it was to piss us off as Leeds fans that they could always get a goal at the death. We're that side at this division. We've been that side this season who's, you know, regardless of poor performances, regardless of how poor or how bleak it's looked to get a result, we've somehow managed to get those massive goals at those massive times. And it's quite ironic. It took the final moments of a game in a season where we had 100 points to clinch that title. But lads, Priestley, as hard as it is following Leeds at times, they're the moments that make it sweeter to be a Leeds fan, aren't they?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I was dancing around house when that goal went in.
Oh yeah.
I think I would rather do it like that.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it like that than batter them 4-0. Yeah, my only wish today was we'd have scored like right at the very death, so I didn't have to have that rough 5 minutes of hoping they didn't score.
So take it back anyway to line up. Surprise, Firpo out, hadn't heard about an hamstring.
Yeah,
out. Byron. I'm a big fan of Byron, Paul.
I heard something in I heard something after Monday night that he was struggling and might not make
it. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you feel it was a massive? It hampered us a lot today because I'm a big Byron fan and Byron does get forward, but do you think it definitely hampered us, Paul?
Yeah, 100%. We need.
Yeah, I'd have to.
Firpo was obviously the more the attacker, wasn't he? And Byron actually ended up scoring the own goal from it. Because you know when it looked like it came from the post then, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then obviously the replay, it actually bounced out and it came Byron unluckily. He's a fantastic player, but Firpo's just got that fearlessness to just run forward and attack, and that's what we needed today. So we did miss him big time.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But I was surprised as well. I thought after the last game he'd have played Ramazani. To be fair, I thought he would have started him.
I thought so. For someone who barely gets any minutes, he doesn't half love this club, doesn't he? The way he acts, honestly. No one celebrates like Ramazani. Imagine how good he'd be going to that pub with Ramazani, lads.
With his shades on.
Have you seen videos of him on Team Bus?
No, I haven't seen them, no.
Oh,
didn't he do an Instagram live while he went on the bus?
That's what I want about. Yeah, he did an Instagram live. And he's playing on music. He's doing Joy Division. He's doing Kaiser Chiefs. It's great.
Someone must have recorded that. Like, it must be there for people to watch afterwards.
Yeah, it's on Twitter.
Oh, it's on Twitter. Of course, it is. Class.
Yeah, I can't do Twitter. Like everything's on Twitter.
Yeah,
See an Instagram live, or wouldn't it be on his Instagram?
Maybe.
Probably will be. Yeah, I don't know how Instagram works. To be fair.
Yeah, I don't. I just can't. I tried Twitter many times. I just can't get.
All right, Matty and the boys. I am so fucking happy. This is amazing. Daniel Farke has been amazing. Been drinking all day, loving it. Yeah, I mean, I must be all the Leeds fan that I haven't really been drinking because I've been on. I say babysitting duty, but yeah. Danny Dovey just collected me out from him from the Garforth Whites. Look at that for an absolute beautiful bucket out of that, innit, lads? That's the thing of beauty, that. So the Garforth Whites have been there today. Well, last 2 days, causing carnage. Dead jealous of them, but I've just met up with them and grabbed me out of them. They're absolutely in bits, but they've got out of the car and gone straight into the pub, so fair play to them. And Rob, yeah, Matty, them kids were so good for you today. Now you've got the wife, yeah. I think the kids were better behaved than what the wife is, to be fair, so I can't complain. Byron's last game today, you'd have thought the same for Bamford. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who's still around next season. I'm a big Byron fan, but there's Byron, Bamford, Vogt. There's a lot of players, isn't there, who that could have been the last game for Leeds United. Let's hope, some of those star players, someone like Ramazani, let's hope it's not the last game. I think he'll have a big game in a big season next year in Prem, but there's definitely a handful in that squad who I think will be waving bye to, lads.
I heard though that there might be a chance Piroe is actually staying now, isn't he? Because it was quite big about him leaving, but I've heard
there's been rumours that he has actually been offered a deal.
Yeah,
I don't know how true they are.
He will have done. Solomon got asked as well, didn't he, when he got interviewed as well? Whether he's staying, and yeah, he obviously he can't confirm or deny, but he did say he loves it. He said he loves this club and had a big grin on his face. So let's hope Levy doesn't have our pants down for that and we can get him for a tidy sum, because my God, I want him to play for Leeds United next season. Really do. Oh, Russ Vernon, quick question for us all. Player of the match today, player of the season. Player of the match today for me, Solomon. Player of the season, Dan James. About you, Paul?
I think I'd agree. 100% Solomon today. And yeah, over the course of all the games, Dan James has been one of the best players. So yeah, but also Bogle as well. He's kept us in the game and he's played fantastic. But you could go through all of them. Tanaka, another one. It's really hard to pick by one, but yeah, Dan James maybe just by a thread.
The list is endless. Priestley?
Yeah, I'd say Solomon today. And player of the season has changed about 8 times in last week. But I think if I had to choose one, probably Bogle.
Bogle, yeah, he's my second. He's my second, Bogle. He's been class.
Yeah. I mean, there's Bogle, there's Tanaka, there's Rodon, there's Aaronson, Solomon, James, Melier.
Yeah, too right. Been plenty, mate, including Melier. Yeah, great. One for Melier when he got 110 points. Imagine that. We would have broke points record. Danny Dovey, champions again, ole ole. Cheers for that, Danny boy. Champions again, ole ole. I've sung that song so many times, it's stuck in my head.
I got a boost on TikTok for singing that wrong.
You've been singing it.
Yeah, because I was just got overexcited, so I sang "Champions away, away," and I just got rinsed.
Daniel Licentiani Farke says Ramazani has that I'm better and I don't have to train as hard as you. Grealish, Balotelli, sort of. I don't agree with that, buddy. That's just Farke's put that out there, and he led us believe that he ain't train as hard as others. I don't think that's the case, mate. I think if he won't train as hard as others, he won't be on bench. But either way, the team spirit's there. Is a massive part of what Leeds United have done this season. They just, you know what it is, Paul. You've got players who are quality on the pitch, and he's one of them. But you've also got players and people, around the squad, around the organisation itself, who maybe don't touched the grass, but a massive reason why we've gone up. Whether it's staff members, whether it's someone like Ramazani who's clearly got that energy that the team need. But you've got people like Gilavogi as well. Every single moving part of that organisation, that team, everything down to the person that cuts the grass, the person that cooks the food. It's been a collective, and it's took 2 years to get over that line. But as a collective, the club looks like it's going in the right direction. Finally, looks like a Premier League outfit from top to bottom, doesn't it, buddy?
Yeah, they're like a family, and
Massively so.
They're for each other. Even when players get dropped, they're still supporting the players. Obviously, they take their place. It's just a nice big unity in it. They all wanted the same goal this season, and together they worked, and we actually got it. So, fair play to them all, to be honest.
Yeah, massively. What you eating, Priestley?
I played the fifth.
You what?
Mushroom barges.
Mushroom barges. Love it, mate.
I did order
Love
some food earlier, but it's only just turned up. So
Priestley, I don't give a shit, mate. You could be eating a small horse for all I care, mate. We've just got promoted and won title. I couldn't give a shit, mate. I really don't care. Horrible question, lads. Promotion goal was better, Pablo or Solomon? Oh, Pablo. It's got to be Pablo, man. Pablo is just Pablo's just something else, wasn't it? Russ says Solomon today, Tanaka of the season. Can't argue with that either. Ming just saying hi. I'm off now. Good stuff. You crazy kids out. Yeah, too right, mate.
Is Elizabeth gone to bed?
She's on phone. She needs to go to bed.
I thought it was quiet.
I have not seen the wife that drunk in a long time. I'll tell you. Seen her with a traffic cone on her head. Well, literally how I should have been today. Somehow just not happened, and I'm here with this.
You said to me earlier, make sure you're there for 5 to 10. So I got on at 10 to, and all I could hear was rugby, and I'm like, where is he? And I just heard all this commotion, and it's.
I was literally stood outside the garden watching her walk down with a traffic cone on her head, thinking with cheesy chips in her hand that she's plonked at the side of me, and I'm just like, this is just mental, mate. But yeah,
where's the traffic cone?
We're Leeds, aren't we? We're Leeds. It's what we do. Sam Bain, 10 player minimum required for next season. Goalkeeper, right back, 2 centre half, 2 left backs, a number 8, a number 10, and 2 9s, and make Solomon permanent. I don't think we need 10.
A different team.
Yeah, it would. Honestly, it's going to be a massive summer, biggest summer of the club's recent history. They've got to stay up next season. There's no two ways about it. They've got to. There'll be loads of stories. What you've got to remember, we're going to get linked with every single player, aren't we? Who, you see Vardy links. Every player who's out of contract, every player who's got a year left, every player that's wanting to move to Premier League. We're going to be linked with so many players, and we'll probably sign 1% of who we're linked with. But,
I'll tell you what, if we end up signing Jamie Vardy, then Farke won't sack him.
I said last night, I was streaming last night, mate, I'd have him, me. I would have him. I wouldn't moan about him.
I'd have had him 6 years ago. I won't have him now.
I back the 49ers that much, Priestley. If you're our number 1 next season, I'm buying a kit with your name on it, pal. I don't give a shit. If 49ers back the mushroom, barge eating, Adam, blind faith Priestley, I am buying a blind faith 1 jersey, mate, with your
sending scouts to create a cup.
Yeah, man. Too right. Did you not bring a kebab home? No, mate, just some cheesy chips. Colin says, evening, gents, little cute. Do 49ers keep Farke for next season? Yes or no? It's a yes, mate. It's a yes. Do you know what it is? I think there's a little part of me that thinks something might happen, right? And a lot of people are looking into where he acted at the end of the game. I just think he was taking it in, to be fair. I don't think there's much in that. What I will say, though, is I don't think if just say he wasn't here, I don't think it'd be like a damn right, like, out sacking. We don't want you gone. I think there could be conversations between Farke and the club in terms of where they go, in terms of the direction of the club, because I'm under the impression that Farke has controlled pretty much everything for the last 2 years, and the 49ers want to regain a bit more control. And I think it might be a case of Farke wants transfers, the club want a bit more direction where they have more of a say in it might be a clash of vision rather than we don't see it as a good fit. I think it might be more a mutual chat, and somebody needs to bend a little bit rather than. That's where I think there'll be conversation. But I firmly believe they'll come to the right resolution that Farke's the man to start the Premier League, and then it's up to him then to kick on, isn't it? So I mean, I'm sure I've spoken to you guys at length. You two are happy with Farke. I don't think either of you, think anything other than even with Farke in charge, he will do enough to keep us up, won't he, lads?
Yeah,
100%.
I think the way he was acting after the match, that was just the release of all that pressure for the whole season. Like, do you know what I mean? He's literally just won the title with all that pressure from everybody. It's only
And I think it
natural.
was a release of the pressure from the game itself, because for a time we were going to blow it.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, he's won title at Norwich and he's done it twice, I think now. The difference in relief to winning at Leeds United when it's come down to injury time again, the relief when he's had all this... He just got promoted last week and he's had nothing but answering questions about his future. He knows we don't win that title today. He's going to have to sit through all that again because it seems like a negative result. It's a even though he's got promoted. It wouldn't account for nothing, but he got stick for losing today, for drawing today. It definitely got stick. So 100% for me, it was just that release of pressure. I think it's paramount that the club show they've got a little bit of... I know it's about money and I know it's a business, but they need to show that little bit of humility for me. They need to show that, I want my players, the coaches, everyone involved with the club to look at the owners and see that bit of humility, see that if you achieve your goals, you get given another go. I don't want to look at them and think... I want them to be ruthless to a point where we do well and we move up the Premier League table and we challenge. But I also want that little bit of humility where when you do well, you get rewarded, just as you should be in life, in any line of work, Paul. Paul, are you there, mate?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Are your earphones working?
No, I don't know what's going on.
They're working.
I'll try again.
I've noticed a fair percentage of Leeds fans on TalkSport have southern accents. Is it just... To be fair, Andy, I've noticed that quite a lot as well, but... they can be anywhere. Can't look at my mate Adam.
That's because nobody calls in TalkSport. It's a producer in the other room.
Is that what you think it is?
Honestly, some of the stuff you heard on TalkSport, I remember a guy years ago going on saying Chelsea were going to win the quadruple and they were going to get no less than 110 points for the season, and I think they ended up finishing 8th. It's just like, who's coming out with this shit?
There you go, TalkSport fake Leeds fans.
Let's see, he knows.
Bremner's Ghost, evening all, I'm Farke knackered. You can't be anything but Farke, can you, Bremner, at the minute? It's ludicrous to say what else, really. Andy Dixon, evening, boys. How Daniel Farke was at the end showed how emotionally connected he is, realising how big a job he's completed. That's a great point, Andy. I don't think it's a sign of anything else other than just he's buzzing. He doesn't really know how to compute what's sort of gone on. It's been a whirlwind 3 weeks, lads. It's been a celebration every single weekend. I mean, I don't know why I was so surprised to see Leeds again tonight. Everyone out celebrating in Millennium Square, knowing Monday were coming. It's just any excuse for us Leeds lot to get out. Like you say, Missy's even been out having a cracking night as well, so it is what it is. But so that game today, lads, because you know what it's like on this channel. We say review, we say we're going to talk about game, and it always goes off onto something else. But I thought Plymouth today, they just weren't at the races, were they? There's such a poor side. I think they're such a poor side. They can't really string 2 passes together for me. But at home, I'm a little bit nervous because they've won the last 3 games. They beat Sheffield United, they beat Coventry, they beat some good sides there. And it's one of them. They beat Liverpool there as well this season, haven't they, in FA Cup? When we go 1-0 down, I ain't gonna lie, I was shitting myself. It felt like one of them games today up until before Nanto scored, lads.
Well, I heard a stat that they're unbeaten at home in a year when scoring first.
Yeah, no, they said it on game, mate. Yeah, they've gone something like 12 games, haven't they? I
don't know. I had my headphones on listening to some idiot talk about footy.
Who's that idiot, mate?
I think it might have been Joe Blackburn.
Hey, your favourite YouTuber. But
yep.
no,
Aaronson. But we went into the game, we went into the game where they were getting relegated and we were getting promoted. So it was like a Premier League team against the League One side. That's the way I was thinking about it. And then when we went 1-0 down, I don't know, because they were getting much possession, but they were being quite effective on the counter attacks, especially in the first half.
Yeah,
there's a few bumhole twitching moments there. Like there was one header, wasn't it? That went right to the side out towards the end as well.
Yeah, there was.
Shit in hell.
That was a good point, that, to be fair, mate. That was a good point, that. We were a Premier League side in waiting there a League One. It was confirmed, so there were like 2 divisions between, which is mad, isn't it, when you look at it? Aaronson, lads, I don't want it to be a bashing because it's definitely a celebration, but we've just got to touch on game. Aaronson, I was getting messages left, right, and saying, you know what it's like on WhatsApp group on Creators Cup and stuff, and I'm on various WhatsApp group, and my phone were popping off, and Aaronson were the one getting the most heat. I won't lie, like he were getting some heat.
Yeah.
Every time we got a free kick, we were going short to him, and it was the same outcome.
Yeah, I know. I say that. They did that twice as well. And he's just kicking it way over. He's got a good heart. He just can't shoot.
he had a decent shot in that first half, and I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
nice.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy save.
He did have half a chance, didn't he? But
no, we're all right. I mean, Aaronson, do you see him as a player we'd keep next season?
No, I don't think so. But we need a strong number 10. So,
I think we may get priced out of selling him. You know what I mean? I'm moving him on. I think it might be one of them where no one comes in for him for money we want, because stats wise, in terms of goals and assists, I can't remember what he's got now, but it'll look all right on paper, I would imagine. Maybe not for minutes he's played, but it'll look all right. And I feel like Leeds will probably want more for him than what people are willing to pay, in my opinion. So I think we'll have Aaronson as a bench option next season, but I aren't too keen on it, but he's had an all right season for me. He hasn't done bad. For all stick he's had, he's done better than I expected.
He's given 100%. You can't fault him on that.
No, you can't, mate. You can't, and that's what you need first and foremost, isn't it?
What do you reckon we'll do with Harry Graham? Do you reckon he get loaned out?
It's probably best for his development if he does.
100%.
But
I think he should.
My heart says let him sit on bench and get minutes here and there, and everywhere, but he ain't going to get many, is he? You'd imagine we're going to sign a couple. Look at him. No one cares, please, to get it done, mate. Get it scrammed. Nobody cares, mate, tonight. I've done a 2.5 hours.
That's why I'm doing it.
Watch along with kids, mate, swinging from light bulbs, and who cares today? Nobody cares. This is one day.
I was surprised to see that Aaronson's played every game this season in league.
Has he actually played minutes in every game?
Yeah, there's only 3 players that played every game: Rodon, Piroe, and Aaronson.
Fucking hell! Wow, fair enough.
What did he play the first game after the
sackable offence? That
did he even play the games when we had first game of season when we had Rutter? He came on, didn't he? Scored and then missed that City. Yes, so. Because if we'd have kept Rutter, it'd have been a bench option, wouldn't it? But as we sold Rutter,
he was a bench option when we had Rutter.
Yeah, he came on, didn't he? Then missed that, scored one and missed one. Ian, you bang on right, mate. Managing Leeds is the most difficult job in the world. The ups and downs. So Farke has done a fantastic job. Yeah, from what he's done, rebuilt the squad 2 years running. The pressure. I mean, I see a lot of people saying, and I've seen a lot of it today. Right, he's done. Has he done well because he's got one of the best squads, biggest wage budget. Look at the talent. Look at what he's had. He's got parachute. All this fundamental stuff you look at and go, yeah, fair enough. We should be doing something similar to what we've done. Granted, right? Granted. So how good a job has he done? He's achieved what we got told to he should be achieving, but it's pretty much what the squad and the monetary value and everything of that club sort of should be doing. But you look at the injuries. You look at. Is that 4? I know someone will say that, fair enough, that offside today may have touched Bogle, whatever, it was offside. But, Paul, 3, 4, 5 goals chalked off this season. Yeah. Injuries, loads of stuff, right, that's gone against us as well. Mellier's errors, don't get me wrong, that's individual errors. Every team has individual errors. But ours have been so poor, such massive moments. When you accumulate that, the offside goals, the injuries to vital players, you got to look back early in season. We had Piroe and Gruev out for 3 or 4 months. Early in season, as both midfielders gone, not knowing how good Tanaka and Rothwell will be. For all the reasons we should have been good, there were a lot of reasons to pull us away from that as well. And as a club, they fucking smashed it, to be fair. And our worst run of form, when I've lost my head, has only been a couple of draws back to back. And I did lose my head. We know I did. But when you look at a whole of 46 games. We've had we've gone through a lot of adversity, lads. So regardless of what we should be doing, and we've done it, they've still walked through that fucking door, and you know what I mean, and achieved it through all that.
I think if anybody had asked us at the start of the season if we take 100 points and 95 goals, we would have snapped their hands off.
Oh mate!
So taking away all the ups and downs throughout the year, we still got more than we could hope for. What was our record before? 93 points.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I mean? We have smashed it. It's just we have to go through all the emotions to get to it. Do you know what I mean? Nothing's easy.
It's what we
But
are.
I tell you something I want to ask you as well. Marty,
Yeah, go on, mate.
were you supporting Millwall today?
Did you hear me? Oh
Were you
man, I had a moment. I had a moment when I was giving it, come on, Millwall, and I realised where I won, who I was, and I was like, oh, I'm not liking this at all. But
It's for the good of Leeds. It was for the good of the team, wasn't it?
yeah,
But Millwall, mate, they missed an open goal.
mate,
It-
how many
it-
3
times,
yards
though?
out. 3
Did you
yards
see it?
out.
Did you see it?
Honestly,
How
it's
we didn't get
ridiculous.
that in? Fucking hell.
You do it
Couldn't
quite
believe
a
it.
lot more, Paul. You watch every game, don't you? You know me. I out that
I
arse. I
watch.
don't watch every game like you do with all other sides, yeah. But you get dragged into it when you know the other team scores a goal and goes 1-up, and I'll always say, nah, they'll lose. I honestly, even at 1-0 at Millwall, I knew Burnley were going to win that game, and obviously they get a quick goal.
Yeah,
And he gets a goal, and you know we had to just rely on ourselves today. And at one point, it looked like it were gone with it, but.
Well, that's the advantage. That's the advantage we had today, wasn't it? We only had to concentrate on our result. With Burnley, they had to expect us to win, draw, lose, for them to get the win. Like so.
Yeah, no.
No, we won the last
Speaking
6
on
games.
what you were saying before about the job Farke's done, you got to remember as well in his 2 seasons there, we've sold over £200 million worth of players,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
and he's managed to replace them, not on the cheap, but with cheaper options.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Kamara deal was done really nicely, bringing in
Where's he gone?
Tanaka for less money. What's up? It'll be you. Everything's all right.
Oh, is that me again?
Bro, no, you're all right, mate. You're all right. Everything's fine. But no, we had to lose some big hitters, didn't we? And the rebuild that Farke has done, the rebuild the club's done has been fantastic. And there's no denying it that Farke is a massive part of that. Is a massive part of that. And like I say, it's been a bit of a weird season in terms of how I felt about Farke. I feel like I've given him a little bit of stick, and then when you look back at end of the season and reflect, it's like it's just the emotion of a day, you know, like when Swansea get a late equaliser. It's that emotion, Paul, where you're like, for fuck's sake. But really, when you take that emotion out, and you're weeks and months ahead of that, and you look back now on a 100-point season, it seems daft now and trivial. But in that moment, as a fucking hardcore fan, you do get pissed off, don't you? You know, regardless. And I feel shitty now that I've ever nitpicked at Farke, but I'm human. What can I say?
Yeah, it's like you were saying, wasn't it? Like that
I'm
after a
back.
heartbeat.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
Sorry, mate.
He went. Mm-hmm. But it's like we invest so much of our time and heart into the team that obviously we just want them to do well, do we? So when it doesn't kind of go our way, we kind of feel it.
Yeah, 100%. Lee, Harry done a League and Cup double this year. Yeah, Harry Gray's had a great couple of weeks, hasn't he, lads? What a guy. What a guy.
I wonder if Archie regrets leaving.
Archie's not getting much play time now, is he? So he might come back. Who knows?
I don't know what he's had. I thought he played quite a lot of games this season, hasn't he?
Yeah,
they've had a lot of injuries,
when
but
they
now
had their
those players
injury.
have started coming back.
Yeah, he's off. He's on the bench.
I think they've done what we did and barely played him in midfield as well.
Yeah, no, he's barely played his
But having said that, he could be playing in Champions League next season.
Yeah, mad, mate. Mad. Imagine Rutten and Ramazani in the dressing room together. That'd be fucking nuts, says Sean. But would love to be a fan.
That would be mad.
Craziness. Absolute craziness. Think Solomon wants to stay if he can. Lee, I got those vibes today. I really did. It depends, doesn't it? You know, it depends. Will Spurs be looking higher up the table than Leeds? Will he fancy his chances of getting into the Spurs team? What I'll say with Solomon is...
Spurs have said he can leave.
Yeah, but will he want to stay and fight? Is he surplus to requirements? As in, when he's going to have a meeting with him, there'll be talks. Will he back himself to do well at Spurs? I think he will. I think he'll be super confident. I think if we can get a decent price from Levy, I think we go in for him, and then he's got a decision to make. And I'd be gobsmacked if he turned Leeds down. Gobsmacked, regardless of what Spurs. You know, let's be fair. Who thought Jed Spencer go back to Spurs and have any sort of career at Spurs? I didn't. And he's so there's no way he's the door fully shut on Solomon, regardless if he's available or not. But how can you be involved in those scenes today in these last few weeks and not want to sign for Leeds United? Like, Surely we can afford the price, and surely we can afford the wages for him. And he's got to be one of the first players we go get, Paul. It's got to be.
Oh, 100%.
It's got to be.
100%.
After the goalkeeper.
I think even before a goalkeeper, just get the Solomon deal done, and then you can focus on everything else.
Would you agree with me? You sign Solomon, your wingers are done. Don't need to worry about the wings. Or would you still look at would you say four's fine? I would.
Yeah. I reckon the 4 wingers we've got are good enough.
Yeah.
But you never know. Someone might become available. You never know.
Yeah, that is fair. That's fair.
I'm not convinced of Nonto. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I'm going to ask you, lads, yeah? Because it seems a bit of a mad one, right? He's not been brilliant for 2 years in Championship. He's had moments, don't get me wrong. He's had moments where he's done well, but he hasn't been consistently good for 2 years, which the drop down from Prem, I thought he'd smash it at this level. I personally, Priestley, think when he goes up, but this sounds weird, when he goes up, I think he's going to do better in Prem. I don't know what it is. Is it because we saw him in Prem and he was better? Will that just luck? Was it just chance? Am I being stupid thinking Nonto and Ramazani in particular, who haven't been getting many minutes or haven't been in form with Nonto, are going to go up and look better in the Prem than what they have in this level?
With absolute no follow-up context at all, yes, you are being an idiot. But no, I get what you mean. I think it's because when we signed him and we're in the Premier League, he had those games, didn't he, where he looked unplayable.
Yeah.
And then he's had the whole dropping out of the Championship, the transfer request. Not exactly lit it up last 18 months. Does he need to get back into the Premier League to show what he can do? Up against better players? I don't know. I think... I do think he will be better next season. It's the same with Ramazani. I don't know why, but I just feel like he'll be better next season.
I do. I genuinely think both of them will be better.
He's not done brilliantly in the Championship. Through no fault of his own. He's not played. He's not had the minutes. But I genuinely think next season, if he gets a run of games, he'll be brilliant.
Yeah, I agree. Danny thinks Nonto goes. Danny thinks Nonto might go.
I think if it comes down to the 4 wingers, any of them leaving, I think Nonto goes.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I think when you look at where he's been in his Leeds career already, and we've still got him now, I think when you see smile on his face, he's got it at a minute. I don't see it. I don't see it. He's been very close to leaving a couple of times, but I don't see it happening now. I really don't. You'll bug. Leeds are falling apart again. If we can get King Solomon the goal, mine for 20 million, then that is a bargain. Yeah, I think under 25 million, I'd bite the hand off if it starts pushing up towards 30 million, as Daniel Levy could do, because he's a bit of a.
I think we get him for about 15.
I've seen that. If you're getting 15, you're absolutely quids in, aren't you? Absolutely quids in. Skip, evening gents, just got back from the game. What a day. So many fans still down there in St. Skip, I bet you've had a class time. Did you go for day, mate, or did you go last night? Well, last night looked class scenes, didn't it, lads? You seen things today as well with all people diving into water and
yeah, I've seen it.
Do you see it? Yeah.
Class, man. They just don't build them like us Leeds fans, do they? They're just absolutely class, aren't we? Absolute nut jobs. I love it. Absolutely love it. Solomon could be another Ben White scenario, Matt. It's a great point, Andy. Do we end up feeling heartbroken with this one?
I don't think so. I think the only other team that are interested in him are Everton. I don't think he goes to Everton. We'll have Solomon. They can keep Jack Aaronson.
Yeah, too right. They can. Sod have him in back. In the interview with Solomon signing for Leeds, I got the impression nothing has been set in stone. No, it's been set in stone, but I definitely get the impression he wants it.
He mentioned that there's going to be talks in the next couple of days. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Nonto could have a big season. His numbers this season are actually really good. Yeah, his numbers aren't too bad. Seeing as he's less minutes than some of the other attackers. Yeah, thing is, you get an appearance, don't you, for coming on for a few minutes. But actually, when you break the minutes down, it does show a decent number for. I mean, Ramazani's figures are insane, aren't they? It's like a goal every 80 minutes or something, a goal or an assist. Nonto's got decent.
Is Ramazani our love child?
I love him. I absolutely love him. Absolutely love Ramazani. And that's before I knew he was an absolute diamond dancer and just...
Oh, mate, he's nuts.
Look at him.
He's nuts.
Look at him. I loved him before. I know all this. These last few weeks...
All these people saying he's unhappy. Just look at how he's reacted since we got promoted.
Yeah, well, I'm one of them people who said he's unhappy. He's unhappy at not playing game time. Fucking too right, but he's happy as fuck when he's got a drink in his hand and we've won a game and he's dancing.
He's like me. I'm happy when I've got a drink in my hand or a slice of pizza.
No, Ayo, Piroe and Ramazani will all be better in the Premier League. Yeah, I agree, easy. 100% agree. Piroe's going to be a fantastic talking point in the summer because we are going to go get a 9, 100%. Does he then fall second in command? Maybe. What's your thoughts, Paul? I mean, just your thoughts on Piroe as a Premier League striker. Has never been there before. What do you think?
It's hard to say until we see him there. Do you know what I mean? But we'll definitely need another number 9, without a doubt. But we've always got the option with Piroe as well. You can drop him to number 10 if we need to. But that depends on what number 10 we actually get.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to go through the summer now. We're not going to have any games, but at least we got the transfer window to keep us going on. It's exciting to see what kind of players we're going to bring in. Because, I don't know, Leeds tends to attract a lot of people, and now because we're in the Premier League, you know what I mean? Anything's possible.
No one's off limits really now, are they? You know, when you look at it now, because
Ronaldo is. Just
that's the thing. Like, being a Premier League team automatically makes you that more attractive to other top division teams in Europe.
Of course it does.
And everybody talks for Leeds all the time.
Of course it does. I mean, just look at that. Yesterday, that day before, and I know some people were like saying, Eric Dyer, no chance. But to be looking in those, to be looking at someone who's been playing for Bayern Munich, you know, you can't do that when you're in Championship. We're looking in waters now where you genuine internationals, genuine European quality players. You know, like I say, Eric Dyer, whether I'd want him or not's another thing. But you're looking at players in that ilk now, rather than looking at, you know, players from Championship or players from German Bundesliga 2 or, you know, La Liga 2, whatever that fucking division's called. You know, we brought Ramazani from great, you know, we brought Tanaka from Bundesliga 2, great, but we can fish in stronger waters now. And I believe that if Leeds are in for a player with Everton, with West Ham, these sort of sides, lads, and bearing in mind, every single player we're linked with, Everton are always linked with. They have been for years. I think Leeds now, with the stadium plans in order, you know, I think we are the most attractive proposition outside those top 10 sides for me. I really do, and that's probably me being well biased. But
as I said last night, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was last night. The only striker I've seen us linked with so far that I'm the least bit interested in is Troy Parrott.
Troy Parrott, ever heard that name before?
Is it? You probably heard me say it last night. Is it AZ Alkmaar? I think he scored 22 goals this season. Played at Europa League. Came through Spurs academy.
Through Spurs, I thought it was Parrott. Yeah. How old is he? Mid-20s.
I think he's only young. I think he's only about 21, 22.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've heard of Parrott actually. Yeah.
Irish centre forward.
Oh, is that he's Irish?
You're only going to take between 15 and 20 million to get him. It's better than being linked with Tammy Abraham and Evan Ferguson anyway.
You're not fancying them, Priestley, no?
But they've scored 2 league goals between them this season.
I know, but we
might as well start the season with Bamford up front.
I've also not scored a league goal this season, and I'm fucking shit up.
Well, we'll see that on July.
See that on July 20th. Get your tickets for the Creator Cup.
Yeah, you get to see me 2-foot Matty.
Mate, if I get played through 1 goal, that'll be the slowest competition for the ball between me and you ever. Be like 2 sloths.
It'd be like that scene from Austin Powers where he's getting run over by Steamroller.
It will. It really will, mate. It really will. Yeah, Spurs. Yeah, and all that. Danny Buddy. This is Jonathan. We're in the top 6 fan base in the country. Yeah, we are 100%. Anyone outside those European spots, it was not even for a player. For me, like when we're talking about Jose Mourinho and all that as manager, which I hope goes away. I hope it goes away and Farke can concentrate on summer. But we are fishing in waters now that are, you know, a lot better than we have been last 2 years.
Mourinho's a better link than Carlo Ancelotti's son.
Yeah, true. I hate that one. I mean, I don't know what he's done to deserve even being in talking point, to be fair.
Oh, look at me. My dad's one of the greatest football managers ever. Grow up.
Yeah, but is that why, though? Just because of his name? Has he done anything?
He's basically his dad's assistant.
I hate that, me. I hate that. Might have went on our third pint in Doddies, had to charge phone way back. Go on, Danny. Honestly, have you back? Yeah, your blood's just
That
turned
is a
off.
long old day, is that though? To be fair,
Mate, they've been on it since Friday at 8 in the morning. Been on it since 8 in the morning on Friday. They didn't get into
I've been on it since 12 today, and I can't be arsed anymore.
Unreal. Got the length from the breakfast this country, them, and they're literally fueled up on alcohol. John Parrott, yeah. You're right, Peter. Do. Wilder is a wanker. Do.
Bit of banners that today as well, didn't he? Outside the stage.
I realised how much I've sung this at minute, Paul, when our Jonah started singing it early while I was on stream, and I was like, fuck. This isn't a good look. This is not a good look. No socks, no.
It's all right. My nephew earlier, you know, when we beat Cardiff 7-0, I was out with him earlier, and he was singing "Who put the ball in the Cardiff net?" Half the fucking team did.
Yeah, that was a classic.
Singing that.
Love that. And the love of Leeds United and the best friends like you, Matty. Quality, mate. Love it. But a big family, us lot. Love it. Jonah was there earlier. Cheers, Danny. What do you think our summer budget will be? 100 to 120 clubs will know. We have cash for the 4 nights in charge. Yeah, I think 100 to 150, mate. Yeah, somewhere around that mark. But we do know it's an accurate 3 million. There's plenty of decent folk out there.
It all depends on who we sell as well.
Yeah, of course.
We're getting 8 million for Christensen, and these are my own personal valuations. So people in the comments don't start getting annoyed, but I reckon anywhere between 5 and 10 for Melier.
Yeah.
10 for Verba, 10 for Harrison. That's about 40 million there.
Yeah.
Anything we can get for Bamford, a bag of magic beans or whatever.
It'll all go in pot, mate. It'll all go in pot. Yeah, I think we'll recruit a decent wedge just from them to add to what we've already recruited, to add to the money they've got aside anyway.
And there's a rumour of Joseph as well for 13 million.
To Betis.
Yeah, which I think if they do offer us that, you've got to take it.
Do you know what I'd like to do with Joseph? I'd like to loan him out to a side like that in a top league and see how he goes and give him a season on loan. Because if he want to go to Betis and get 15, 16 goals and look half decent, I'd be annoyed with letting him go for 12, 13 million. So I'd love him to get a lot, even a Rangers, which I've seen him touted for. I'd love him to go out and get, you know, I know it's not a top 5 league, but I'd like him to go get a run out at a decent club with a bit of pressure, lead the line for them and hold him on one more year. Because let's be fair, we could definitely get a loan, get him out on loan. 100%. I don't think we're that desperate for 13 million, Paul, if I'm honest. I wouldn't take the gamble. I'd loan him 1 year.
Wrexham going to be looking for more players now, aren't they? So they might need 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
3 back promotions, mental.
What you've got to remember about if we do get 13 million from as well, that's all pure profit.
Yeah.
So that'll help with PSR.
Yeah, of course. 100%. 100%.
Who do you reckon will go up in the playoffs?
Not Sheffield United.
I reckon Sunderland too.
Nah.
Maybe resting their players for weeks, mate.
Oh, is it Bristol? Is it Bristol and Coventry, lads? Is that what it is?
Bristol, Coventry,
Sunderland,
Sunderland,
Coventry got in playoffs today, yeah.
I think Coventry.
I reckon Sunderland, I do.
I would honestly rather see Wilder in Premier League next season than Lampard. Honestly. I can't stand the guy.
Oh, man, honestly.
Frank Lampard, Coventry City in the Premier League. Fuck off.
It's crazy, I think. Ian Ward, get 15 for Aaronson, 12 for Voba, 7 to 8 for Pascal. Pascal? You think we'd only get 7 or 8 for Pascal? I think Pascal's worth a lot more than that, no?
I think if we are looking to sell Pascal, we'll get a lot more. We'll get double that for him, easy.
I think, honestly...
I don't think we'll sell him.
What you think we'll sell Pascal?
No, I don't think we'll sell him.
Honestly, what's your thought?
To say he's only worth 8 million is mad.
I think Pascal. Honestly, I think Pascal Strauch is absolutely mint. Honestly, I love him. I think he's class. I don't get why.
It's a shame he's made of breadsticks.
Do you know what problem is with Pascal? I think he's good enough. I think we should keep him. The problem is, if you say that for every player, you end up with same 11s playing, because I'm doing the same at midfield, because I think Ampadu and Tanaka starting Prem, and loads of people tell me no chance. For me, he ain't dropping Ampadu, he's captain. He ain't dropping Tanaka. He is Prem ready, I would say. And then if I do the same at centre-half, though, lads, and then I do the same with wingers, at what point am I actually swapping anyone out? Do you know what I mean? I think I look at that side, me, and I think if Firpo signs, I think they need to bring someone in to replace Firpo, or challenge Firpo, sorry. I think keeper...
Would you like to hear a controversial take?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Next season, I would start with Rodon and Ampadu in centre.
Get out.
Best defensive partnership we've got.
Not in Premier, won't be, though. That's the problem. And I agree at this level.
Based on what?
Mate, I don't know. I just high physicality, positioning with a world-class forward. I don't think he's going to be nowhere near as good against.
I agree. I reckon they will. I agree.
You reckon what, Paul?
Yeah, keep him.
What, Ampadu and Rodon will start at back?
Yeah.
Wild, mate. And he's Welsh. You should listen to him. He's a
I'm Bogle on the right. So yeah, just the left. We need a bit of.
Honestly, I think you are wild, right? Because it's
I generally, that's what I generally think. And then the wingers, we're keeping the wingers. We need new number 10, Tanaka. Maybe somebody else in the defensive midfield, and another 9. I told you tonight. I told you if we played the team we got now in the Premier League, I still think we'll scrape 17 next season with no other people.
What if we didn't sign one player?
Honestly, that's what I think.
If we didn't sign anybody, you think we'd stay up?
I think we'd scrape it. And I'm sticking to that.
Now that is wild.
It's wild.
That's too wild for me. Is that?
Wow, Priestley.
It's not wild like fucking Blades, also. No, but that's what I generally think. I reckon we've got enough.
I don't think we need 10 players, like someone said, but definitely, it's not all about just buying players for your starting 11. You need squad players.
Honestly, Paul, right? That is so optimistic. I feel like if I had my legs amputated, you'd convince me I could fucking walk.
How many people said when we played against Bristol?
Absolutely wild.
Right, how many people said when we played against Bristol, that's a Premier League team?
I'm sorry, that's done me as that. That's completely sent me.
If I had a terminal illness, I want you to be giving me news, mate, because you'll convince me.
Oh, Jesus.
You are. There's optimism, mate, and there's fucking that, like.
Look out, and people say I'm a happy clapper. That's mad.
I love it though, mate. I love it. Look at this lack of height. Yeah, me too. Ampadu and Rodon for you too, Brookie. At this level, I love it, but you got to remember, Ampadu was only playing there because
we've started a movement. We started a movement now.
Fuck off, Priestley. Ampadu is fucking shite. He'll get destroyed in the Prem. And Sean thinks that even in centre midfield, does Sean, which I disagree with Sean on that principle. At centre half,
Sean, fight me.
Oh, I love it. Danny says he's a better centre back than a DM. I've said it at times. I don't believe it now.
I mean, that's another wild take. I think he's brilliant at both, but I just think.
Well, you've just said he'll play centre back in Prem, Priestley.
Yeah, but he plays well with Rodon as well.
Let me elaborate. Don't just take the comment at face value. I do think, because of how they've played and they've played well together, and there's the Welsh connection, there is best defensive partnership. That being said, if we do sign another centre back, I think Ampadu starts in midfield.
Yeah, I think he does.
Well, we had this in the chat last week, didn't we? We were talking about free agents.
Yeah.
And Ben Davies popped up. I'd have him.
I'd have him tomorrow, mate. 100%. He buys. He ticks every box, doesn't he? For us, experience, can play centre half, can play multiple positions, centre half, left back. He's at Welsh contingent, which some people are asked for. I think it massively helps. And when he's fit, he's brilliant. The only thing is with him, can he stay fit? But how many gambles have we took on players before? You know, we've kept Bamford for years. We took a gamble on Solomon's fitness. Sometimes it pays off. For me, Ben Davies, again, it comes down to money because he's on massive money at big money at Tottenham for what Leeds would probably want to pay him. But if he'd be willing to knock it down a touch and come to Leeds, I'd have Ben Davies. I mean, you probably know more about him, Paul, than I do, been Welsh like.
Yeah, class. Get the whole Welsh team in, boys.
Definitely get relegated then, mate. Definitely. We've got the best Welsh players, that's about it.
Do you reckon, I'd like to take the people on about Gus Harmer? Do you reckon he's a possibility?
Possibility, yeah. I think so.
I think we have another look at him in summer. But again,
I don't want him.
I think we could do better. But I know Farke's a massive. I think either Farke's a massive fan or he put that bid in just to wind Wilder up, and it worked.
With the discipline of Leeds, it might get him into actual shape. He's got potential to be world class, hasn't he? He just goes through blips.
I don't know. For me, I don't know if it's a Farke player. I don't know.
Yeah. Speaking of discipline, first time in 30 years we've not had a player sent off.
What, all season?
All season.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, we haven't.
Last player we had sent off was Melia on Boxing Day 2024.
Dirty Leeds, eh? Dirty Leeds.
Yeah. That's courtesy of Stats. So you're welcome.
That's Mr. Stats Dalton. Yeah, Skip. Bang on, mate. You've got to think Piroe's got 19 goals this season without a decent 10, really, without someone threading the ball through eye of a needle. Yeah, we have a lot of cutbacks. We get down flanks, great overlaps from fullbacks. Get plenty of that ball's in that box plenty of times in the game for Piroe to put away. But from central areas, he hasn't had that. You think when you've got a really quality number 10, you think Pablo Hernandez, you think Hamer at Sheffield United, whatever. When you think of a really talented flair 10, Piroe could have had another 5, 6, 7 goals there this season if he'd have had someone like behind him. So for me to get 19 goals is brilliant. We all lauded Bamford for getting, 16, 17 the year we went up. He's got 19 without a Pablo Hernandez behind him, lads. So he's done phenomenal this season.
Yes. He's also missed a fair few sitters that could have gone up
to about 25. He has, to be fair. That one he missed today, which, were difficult, but all he has to do is put it on target.
I don't recall many sitters missed it, until the last couple of games, to be fair. I went all season about 40 games saying he don't miss sitters, and then he had a couple of games where he missed a few, and he went 8 or 9 games without a goal, and it sort of computed that he were missing sitters. But for me, I don't think it's happened many games. I think there were maybe 2 or 3 games all year where he should have scored and didn't. For me, I think he's been outstanding. And I'll tell you what, he probably gets most stick. I've seen online last week before he scored those 4 goals a couple of weeks ago, and there were people really, really saying they don't rate him at all. They don't rate him at all. And at that point, he were on 15 goals, 16 goals. And I still think he's had a really good season. But when he got to the end of that run before he scored those 4 goals, he were getting some right stick online. I couldn't believe it.
People just like to be negative.
No, I know.
Mate, I've been on Twitter tonight after we've won league, and there's people still saying, still coming out with negative stuff like, this wasn't good enough and that wasn't good enough. I don't care. We just won league on 100 points.
Yeah, I know. There's a time and a place for stuff, isn't there? And for me, you can't really knock anything now. There's no any negative we've said has been right for that moment, I think. And Priestley, I've been more negative than you this season at times, but it's been fair at that moment. It's been fair at that moment. When you concede a 95th minute equaliser at Swansea, it's fair you walk out pissed off unless you're fucking happy clapper there, Priestley. But
happy clapper FC.
But ultimately, yeah, I still thought we'd get there. You never thought for a second we wouldn't either, Priestley. And over the course of the season, 190 points in 2 years, lads. 190 points.
It's funny you should mention that about believing that we'd be there. I saw a tweet from Adam Pope from after that Swansea game.
Yeah.
Where Farke said, we will 100% be playing in the Premier League next season. And some of the comments underneath it, Jesus.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, I get what you're saying. We just conceded a 95th minute equaliser. It were 2 goalkeeper mistakes. We were all feeling shit. But, like Ted Lasso says, believe.
The ball's different, but he followed up. And now we're
100%.
going up.
Apparently, there was a red card for Firpo. I'm assuming that was that game where he got red carded after the game, did he? He got a suspension.
He got a ban for that. He didn't get a red card.
A red, was it? I don't. Yeah,
he didn't get a red card. He got a ban after the He got a ban after the match.
Yeah, Ward-Prowse. Yeah, I hadn't heard much about him. I'd have Ward-Prowse, me, 100%.
See, Ward-Prowse, that's another one. I don't know, because apart from being a decent set-piece taker, I don't really rate him.
Do you not?
No.
I'd have him. I think he'd be like a better version of Rothwell, me. That's how I'd look at him. A better version than Rothwell. Can Rothwell do it in Premier level? I don't know. Can Ward-Prowse? Yeah, he can. So that'd be a swap for what. When you look at it like that, I think that would be a good signing. But I don't know if it's available, so I don't like talking about it. People. If I don't know the situation, I couldn't even tell you where he's been playing this season because I honestly don't give a shit about Premier League.
Every player's available for the right price.
Fair play. Yeah, fair that, mate. Matty, when are you doing a sell, keep, loan show? Skip, good point. I've just had Adam message me while our lass had a traffic cone on her head, which if no one saw it earlier, she had a traffic cone on her head while walking pissed into the door. I was texting Adam at the time, and Adam really wants to do a show like that. So yeah, we'll be having Adam do something like that on show, mate. So it will be coming in the coming weeks before people start leaving, and it's pointless doing. Season of record breaking low, yeah, Asley, it's been class. When's the new kit coming out? Bloody hell, half of you're moving on, aren't you? I don't know. I don't know when it normally comes out. I tell you what, I can't wait for. And I'm moving on already. I can't wait for fixtures to come out to see his naming lights with big boys. I can't wait.
Middle of June.
Is that when fixtures come out?
I think it's the 18th or 19th. All I know is that I'm not in country when they come out. So
where are you?
Krakow.
Oh, nice one, man. Nice one. Will your crack be out? That went over his head, that one, didn't it?
You know, no, it didn't go over my head. I just had something I was going to say, but I had to stop myself because I'll end up getting cancelled.
Rothwell is better than Ward-Prowse. Sean, I think that's a bit wild, mate. I think that's wild. Ward-Prowse was on loan, now back at West Ham, yeah. Rolling August, close season, he's going to be... Yeah, Bremner's Ghost. I'm a little bit devastated that it's all done now. The jubilation will continue till Monday at midnight, and then when I resign to my bed, I will wake up on Tuesday and be like, and it's all done. It's going to be an exciting summer, yeah, it is linked with players, but nothing gets me excited more, Priestley, than seeing your lovely face and going to game. It is what we live for, innit, mate? Genuinely, all jokes aside, yeah. I've loved sharing, the home games with you. I love it. I have done for the last 3 years now. And to think I aren't going to have that every week, sometimes twice a week, it's a little bit upsetting, I won't lie. I love it. Everything focuses on that game day. And I know you don't have that, Paul. And I know you sort of focus on it to watch on TV from Wales. And I know you came down this season and it absolutely blew you away and you were amazed. And not try to get tickets for Stoke and not being able to get it really irritated you. But that game day, Paul and Priestley, that game day now we can't focus on. Once the jubilation settles down in coming days, it's going to be hard to take. And I know we've been there before. It's pre-season.
Can I be brutally honest with you? I'm looking forward to the break from football.
I wanted to get you taken. Is that how you feel about it, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm exhausted.
You did walk upstairs and a few times before stream, didn't you?
I'm going to slap you, silly boy.
Now, so you're actually pleased for break? Genuinely?
Yeah.
My heart.
It's like next weekend. Next weekend, I'm in Manchester for a gig, and it's when playoffs are on, and I don't have to worry about the playoffs.
No, I know.
I mean, I don't have to worry about getting down to London on Bank Holiday weekend. I'm going down anyway, just for hell of it. But
yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, when is the playoffs? Is that the 10th?
10th and 11th, yeah. I think. I think it's next weekend, then the Wednesday, Thursday.
Come round quick, don't they? Class, man. Honestly, it's nice to watch, have them coming around as a neutral because it's really anyone's playoffs. Anyone could go up as well. It's quite interesting as a neutral, quite exciting as a neutral. But yeah, I'm good.
I hope Bristol City do it.
Yeah. Would you take any players from the 3 relegated teams? Yes, I would.
Liam
Delap.
That's the only correct answer.
I hate talking about players because I'll say something, everyone else will be like, no chance.
Well, speaking of Ipswich, that Amari Hutchinson's got a £35 million release clause in his contract.
It's a lot, that though, isn't it?
That's
a hell of a lot.
That's a ridiculous fee.
That's what I mean. Amari Hutchinson or Solomon for maybe 10 million less. It's just difference in quality in it massively. But I mean, yeah, there is players. I don't want to go in it because you can't half get slated for saying. I mean, I've been slated for saying I would take Aaron Ramsdale as third or fourth choice if we can't get Pope, if we can't get Kelleher, and it ends up with Ramsdale. I'd rather have Ramsdale in Prem than I would Melier.
Would you take Leif Davis?
I was going to say Leif Davis. Yeah, I would. I'd have if we can keep Firpo. I'd have him to rival him for that spot. I'd have him as depth because what depth have we had this season? Byram, I love Byram, but at least Davis gives you some. We've still been getting assists in Prem on it, so it's an Arden because there'll be people tell you they ain't good enough, and yeah, they might not be. But is it an improvement on what we've got currently? Is it an improvement than what we've had, in previous seasons in Prem? Yes, it probably is.
You won't take anyone from Leicester then?
I probably would, mate. I'd have to sit down and look at the team, but I couldn't really be arsed looking. But there'll be players in there, mate. Of course, I will.
So if we get a new keeper for number one, would you sell Darlow?
No,
I'd rather sell Melier and keep Darlow as second choice. But after seeing how he's been at Leeds United these last couple of months, he might have got a newfound confidence now. Where, especially playing for Wales as well, Paul, he might fancy himself to go to a Championship side and be a starter.
Well, it's going to bring a lot more interest, I think, as well.
Yeah, of course it is.
He's got a good connection with the centre backs, on it. That was a big part of it, I feel.
Yeah,
when they used to play together, they got that connection, and they seemed so much more confident with him behind them.
Yeah,
I think it's a big part.
100%. Big change this time last year, walking out of Wembley, absolutely devastated and broken. We deserve this. Take it all in now. Yeah, Danny Boy, 100%. 100%. What a difference 12 months makes. And Southampton, who walked out jubilant that day and buzzing, have won 2 games in a calendar year. Disgusting. We're Premier League lads, one of the biggest clubs in the league owned by wealthy consortium. We need to be ambitious. We do, buddy. I'm glad it's over being stressful as food. I think our price, any other teams for Mez. I think Leeds outpriced. Yeah, potentially that could happen. I think that could happen with a few players like Aaronson.
I don't think it does. I think we're realistic. People were talking 15, 20 million, but I think 10 million.
Yeah. Well.
I did see someone say earlier that when I give my valuation for him, someone said, is that in tap washers? Because saying that price in sterling is outrageous.
Fair play. I'm going to just read this one out, then we'll just about call it a night to get your last few comments in. This one early from Michael, I thought it was interesting. Do you think the AFL now have eggs on their faces for awarding Scott Parker the manager of the season rather than Daniel Farke winning the championship title? How do you feel about that? Do they call it too early, lads?
That's why I think awards like that should wait until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, I just don't understand how Hamer was even nominated for Player of the Year, let alone won it.
It's a barman decision.
That's the only word for it, embarrassing. Because
no, it is.
James Trafford, I wouldn't have even been asked if Daniel James didn't win it and James Trafford did. Because Trafford deserves it.
No. What I'll say on the manager one is they broke up 100 points. There weren't much to separate them, so it were close. But the fact that Farke picked him to the title should be enough, which we didn't know a week ago, but we do now. So move the fucking awards on a week. And I know people will say, it doesn't matter, Farke got the ultimate award today. But it is a nice personal accolade to get for your hard work as well. So no matter, they're not asked, they probably are to a little bit, I would say.
Well, what's the job of a manager, though? What is the job of a manager? To get you to win the league. Yeah. So that's what it should go by.
Yeah.
If you win the league, your manager of the season, so it's just
he's the number one manager, isn't he? Because he's the top of the
exactly. He's done the job. So
they've rewarded it, haven't they, on the ridiculous defensive stats? They've rewarded it on that because it's such a massive unbeaten run. It's sort of they've outweighed that to what Farke's achieved. But call it a week later, and I think Farke gets it.
They seriously to investigate their officials, because there's fucking shot in this year.
I've got a question to ask you.
What?
And this was put to me earlier by my other half. Do we now hold Farke in the same regard as Bielsa?
No, definitely not. No, definitely not.
Why?
Why?
Because he had a better side.
Farke hasn't transformed the City, but the City didn't need transforming really under Farke. For me, it did under Bielsa. We've been years and years in the wilderness, and he come along. You can never compare. He'll never be held in the
You
same.
can.
No, it's just uncomparable, mate. It just in from where we were when Bielsa took over. What I'll say is he gets massive credit, but I don't think anyone would say he's done a better job than what Bielsa did, because Bielsa had poor players that he turned from being poor players into international. Some of them.
What does he
What's that, Paul?
What does he have to do going forward then to achieve that done?
Well, he ain't going to be able to. He ain't going to be, because guess what? He ain't going to finish 9th next season, and he ain't going to be there in. I don't think.
How do you know that? We might do.
I just don't see us finishing 9th, but
it depends. Depends what players we got, doesn't it?
Well, it does, but the Premier League's an harder division now than it was. You know,
well, we have so much money in the club now. Like, we should be splashing out to confirm being in the top 6. Really.
Yeah, I just don't think it's comparable. I really don't. Farke's had more.
We've got people talking in comments. So.
Farke's had more. Yeah, no, it's a great talking point, mate. Farke's had more pressure on him than Bielsa, and he's delivered. Bielsa didn't have much pressure because, you know, he were replacing Paul Heckingbottom from year before. The ceiling were very low when Bielsa took over. Farke had all the pressure and all the players and all the tools to do it. Yet he's still delivered. But the city, the club, you know, the fans with the players, it weren't as united as it has been recently. Even though we were poor in Premier League and a bit of a, you know, it weren't too well when we had those American players in and McKennie, and fans were losing a bit of love for that club. The year we got relegated, it was easy to sort of fall out of love with some of them players, but it wasn't as bad as it was when Bielsa took over.
But what you say then, Farke didn't achieve that level because of something that's happened before he joined, not after. So when he started 2 years ago, from that point then, he was never going to achieve that, no matter what he did.
No.
Because he can't control the past, can only control the future. And
yeah, I know.
I think that's a big debate between League fans.
This is a great point by Adam, though. I love this by Adam. Without Bielsa, there would have been no Farke. Farke wouldn't have even took the job when Bielsa did, and he wouldn't have got the team anywhere. That's a great point. That is a great point. Everything that happens now is from Bielsa's foundations I got laid back then. Because everything now, Farke got this job because we were a top championship club, and we were only a top championship club now, lads. Or when Farke took over 2 years ago, because Bielsa made us a Premier League club.
So by that calculation, does that mean that we're only where we are because of Victor Orta?
We'll end the stream there, guys.
Do we go back to Reeves? So
how far back do you go? It was Orta and Radrazani that got Bielsa in.
We'll go back to Wilco. Go back to Revy. Nah, I ain't talking about it, me, because I love the guy. I love them both, to be fair. They're both done great in different situations. But yeah, great point, Mark. Farke has rescued what Bielsa built, 100%. Question, is the allowed to take the championship trophy out of the UK? If so, can you guarantee it will be doing the rounds in San Francisco? Yeah, it probably can. They can do what they want with it, Carla, I'm sure. Bielsa became predictable. He did bash. He became very predictable. It became very irritating, very annoying. He was doing my tits in, to be fair, before he got sacked, but I'd have kept him. I'd have jumped off a cliff for Bielsa.
So if we get the chance to have him back, would you take him back?
Well, I wouldn't sack Farke for Bielsa now. No, I wouldn't want to be sacking Farke to bring anyone in a minute. But if it wasn't working and Bielsa
that's not what he asked.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's not what I asked.
I wouldn't be one of them. I wouldn't be one of those fans who were like,
we're not talking about sentimental issues. We're talking about, would you swap him now?
I wouldn't swap him now, no. But if Bielsa ever becomes Leeds manager again, I'll be happy as Larry, regardless.
Even if you thought this for the best of the club.
Well, yeah, back 49ers. So if 49ers do it, I wouldn't personally do it. If 49ers brought Bielsa,
well, I didn't ask you to do personally, but like theoretically, would you prefer going forward Bielsa?
I don't want no massive changes, mate. In manager, no. Fuck off. I don't know. Leave me alone. Right, we're ending stream there. I'm done. I'm done. Buzzing, honestly, lads. Buzzing. It's been.
I am knackered.
I'm saying this now, like this is last stream of the season, because it is, but it's not, because I'll be back in the next couple of nights, continuing as I do throughout the pre-season. There'll be plenty of.
Are we doing a live front parade?
From parade, there'll be footage from Monday. There'll definitely be footage from Monday. If you see us, come and give us a squeeze. Come and say hello.
Go do a TikTok live.
Could do, actually. Yeah, Priestley's like a big giant stress ball full of mushroom barges. So, yeah, it's all that Bielsa's mum. You're right there, mate. But no, thanks so much for everyone that supported the channel. Thanks for Priestley, a big part of the channel. Thanks for Paul for your support on and off the channel. You've been a good friend since we've met. The support has been class. Yeah, been going 7 months. Feels like I've been going 7 years, but I love every bit of it, man. Honestly, the support's been incredible. This is the last review. Talk about a game we're going to do this season, and then it moves into player rumours and all that bullshit I don't really enjoy, but we'll get into it. I know you want a little segment, don't you, Priestley?
I just got one more thing to say.
Go on, Paul.
We are Premier League.
We are Premier League. Say we are Premier League. We are Premier League. Say we are Premier League. Yes, man. Big up. See you Monday, pal. Hopefully, better come and see us. Right, everyone. Take care. Look after your sins. Don't do what I won't do.
Which don't leave much.
See you all Monday. Take care, everyone.
See you later.
Premier League too.